Hello and welcome to the first Sunday service of the year. The date is Sunday the 8th of January and welcome. We'll begin by going through a recap of what we did last year. So this was the last Sunday service. We posted out 3 trade setups and we'll just go through a review of those and then we'll look at the potential setups for this week. So to begin with, we'll start with the EUR/AUD chart. And last week, or a week before Christmas, we highlighted this zone as a potential reversal zone. Entry techniques should have been applied to the upside. And as we can see, we hit both targets, target 1 and target 2. The market is now retracing. So that was a profitable trade. If you got in early enough, you could have got pretty much up to an 8-to-1 type risk reward ratio on that, but it's a minimum of 2-to-1 you should have made on this trade. The next chart we posted was the AUD/JPY. Now, I'll just squeeze this in a bit. We can see the reversal happened from the zone we highlighted, and it just about clipped target 1. So you would have been able to take some profits out of the market at that stage. Now the market seems to be going back up. However, we have got a potential ABC pattern forming, and if that is to complete, we would expect the markets to go down further prior to it bouncing back up and exceeding that zone. So we've taken profits off the table. We'll be expecting another retracement to the downside before the market pops back up. And so that trade is still open. You've probably had this trade open for a few weeks now. And the final one we mentioned was the dollar CAD. Dollar CAD went through both target 1 and target 2, so we hit both profits on this trade. Once again, if we got in using an earlier time frame, we would have been able to catch a 6-7-to-1 type risk reward on this trade setup. So onto this week, I'm looking at dollar CAD again for another potential long, keeping the same targets in place. And so if we get an entry from this point, I'll be expecting to take this to at least target 1. So we're long dollar CAD, provided we have an entry to target 1. We can take our profits off the table and let the rest go to target 2 if the market moves up that far. So the first setup we're looking at this week is dollar CAD, and we'll be going long. The second setup is something we mentioned in the last Sunday service. This was more of the advanced level type entry. We drew this down arrow because from what we can see on the chart pattern, it looks like we're going to have a retracement prior to it bouncing back up. And so the market has moved down to that target zone. It's possible we could potentially have a ABC correction, but we're ultimately looking at this as a impulse move. So we're looking for long setups on this. Now, let's say this is more of an advanced trading style. So trade this with caution. And the final pair we're looking at today is gold. And with this, if we have a look at this structure, we're looking for the market which is entered our key zone, so we can take shorts from this level to target 1. So we can, if we have our entries, take a short from there. And bearing in mind there is still a little bit of give before we get to our stop, so you could find yourself in a slight drawdown before it turns around and hits target 1. But for our gold dollar trade, gold dollar setup, our bias is bearish, and we'll be looking for a sell from this zone, which is just clipped. So anything from here would be valid to enter the market. So that will conclude what we can see for this week. We'll be back next week to provide an update on what's happened, what our calls are done, and hopefully we'll have some more opportunities in the market to trade for the following week. So until then, we'll speak soon. Happy trading.